So let's talk. Liz, tell us about the Clarion Events Collaborative. What is that all about?
The Clarion Events Collaborative is a new partnership that we're building that's specifically designed for associations. From the work I've been doing at Clarion on the for profit side, I realize it's a great opportunity to further support associations to drive accelerated growth, but to also find new ways to provide the technologies, the processes, and the outcomes that we've been benefiting from at Clarion to association members.
So, can you give us an example of an association that came on board, like what the before and after look of it right now with in partnership with you?
Sure. So when I think about the associations on board with Clarion today, one of them in particular, the National Grocers Association or NGA, has been a partner of ours for several years. They came on to think about how do they drive greater benefits for their members? How do they drive greater revenues for the association? But also, how do they provide a platform for innovation and technology and group conversation? So Clarion's been able to grow their business financially, to extend their marketing, but also grow the data so NGA has a opportunity to market and connect with customers year round.
So let's talk about data for a second, because honestly, I do think that associations are drowning in data. So give like the top ways that Clarion Events Collab can help associations figure out the data that will help them with growth.
So there are three things I believe Clarion events can support in data growth for associations. First, it's about structure and clarity. So we can provide a platform so associations can actually see, interpret, and understand their data. I think it's critical in the next steps. Second is about how do we grow it? So you find members or attendees who are coming to your show, but you want more. Clarion can support you in finding more, doing lookalikes, and growing your audience database. And third, it's cleanliness, right? We can only use data so far. So Clarion has the opportunity through our technology, through our integration and processes, that we can make sure your data is always clean and you can segment and talk accordingly to your message and to your customers.
Let's talk about the challenges that associations are going to go through in the next couple of years. What is your insights? What does your crystal ball say when it comes to the challenges that associations are going to face from a revenue perspective, from a membership perspective, even from an event perspective in the next couple of years?
So there are several things that I believe associations will face as challenges over the next couple of years. First, I think it's value of membership, right? So if you think about that next generation event goer, do they understand the value an association brings to them and why they want to be a member? Clarion can definitely help in that because I believe we're able to identify the needs of the next generation, ensure the formats, the contents, and delivery and technology are all there to achieve the needs that they have as members. Second, I think the marketing and sales channels are changing rapidly, right? The use of data, the use of technology. If you're running one event a year or a couple events a year, you don't have the opportunity to test, to learn, to iterate. I can bring that forward to you. And the third piece I see as an opportunity or a challenge is the event world is changing. It's no longer a traditional trade show that really is exciting to attend. Clarion is involved in so many different avenues for trade shows, from hosted buyer to one to connection models. We can bring new thinking into how do you grow and accelerate revenue by looking at your models differently.
Are you excited about the collab?
Oh my gosh, I am thrilled about the collab. You know what it is I'm thrilled about what we do in general, and the idea of partnering with an association who brings the best of both worlds to our team. I can't wait. I think there's tremendous opportunity and learnings on both sides.
So what do you when it comes to like working with associations, how do you do the deep dive? Like what is the first step?
All right, so the first step in the collab is to really understand the partner. And I think that's where Clarion has a unique advantage. We are so good at building partnerships where both sides have a voice at the table. That's our competitive advantage here. So we really want to understand what makes your association special, what nuances you have, we have to retain, but also think about where do you want to go to that you've not been able to explore. How can I help you do that through resourcing, through technology, maybe through acceleration of a cash infusion? Those are things that will allow us to get off the ground, but ensure you've got a voice at the table. I think that's our competitive advantage.
What else would you like to share with associations?
I also want to share with associations that I believe the work they're doing is tremendous. I want to just help them grow faster, beat the competition, but also continue to remain relevant as a platform that their members want to go to and have a little fun along the way.
Well, so the other part here is there a differentiation of the collabs partnerships with n- profit or nonprofit associations? Are they treated differently?
That's a great question. So, how do we treat the associations, whether they're for profit or nonprofit? I think the unique piece with the Clarion Collaborative is we've got the ability to work differently with every group and every need, and we can be agile in our approach and think about what best meets those member needs or the association needs, and build from there.
And just real quick, from an association perspective, there's always going to be naysayers like in the C-suite or gatekeepers of within the operations or within the marketing, saying there's no need for change here because change is a big deal for associations in general. Like what is your advice for them? Like how can they get their ego and all, the yuckiness out of the way so that they can accelerate and move forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone, including associations, are going to face change. But if you don't change, inevitably you're going to fall behind. And I think that's the answer: is you want to be viable, you want to be relevant, but you want to make money, right? And that's the things we have to think about: is the needs of our customers are continually evolving. And if we don't think about how do we meet those needs stronger, better, different, we're going to fall behind. And other trade shows may come in and start to scoop up audience, scoop up revenue. We don't want to do that anymore.
Perfect.